February 9, 2026, that all-seeing eye in hell at the 2026 opening of the Winter Olympics. Why do we always find satanic symbolisms in these kinds of gathering and rituals in the Olympics? Massive crowds seems to love it. The demonic imagery is being incorporated over and over again as the years go by in the sports ceremonies. Dear friends, watch until the end as we uncover their hidden agendas, what lies beneath massive ceremonies of the Olympics. This is TIBP Media. Special thanks and greetings to all our precious subscribers, TIBP patrons and members. Paul says, 2 Corinthians 6 verse 14, NLT version, don't team up. The Olympics have teams. Don't team up with those who are unbelievers. How can righteousness be a partner with wickedness? How can light live with darkness? Let us look at the headlines. February 8, 2026, Times of India says, satanic symbolism at the Olympics. Viral videos of lit cauldron spark occult imagery allegations. The Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics have become the grounds of netizens' rage and satanic controversy after the videos of the opening ceremony went viral on social media. Users have alleged that the shape of the Olympic cauldron resembles to the satanic pentagram. It is, which is involved in satanic rituals, considering the recent release of the Epstein files and the rumors of the association of the world's elite with demonic identities such as Baal. The videos have fueled conspiracies of occult association of the rich. Hindustan Times. Soon, videos from the ceremony surface on social media. Users slammed the organizers, saying that they could spot an upside-down pentagram in the end. I quote the article, of course, we get a satanic pentagram to end the ceremony. For the Olympics, for the demonic globalists trying to destroy the West, they're not even trying to hide it. What's striking to the netizens is the pentagram and the all-seeing eye of hell visible at the center of the burning cauldron. Now the end begins.com gives us an interesting insight. The opening ceremony of the 2026 Winter Olympics featured a burning cauldron with the everlasting flames in the middle of the all-seeing eye in hell. At the opening ceremony of the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy last night, what was intended to be a beautifully designed version of the Olympic cauldron representing the eternal flame for the duration of the games was actually a hellish depiction of the all-seeing eye of Horus coming out of eternal fires of hell. Dearest friends, is this really just for entertainment or something deeper? Is this some kind of evangelism or predictive programming for the masses? Anyway, this is streamed millions and millions of watchers and viewers online. Just like the demonic show Stranger Things, they created the Olympic cauldron as the Demogorgon come to life. A massive triumphal arch, a blazing suspended centerpiece, the entire scene drenched in blood-red light, with firing raining down from the heavens like a victory celebration for something ancient, pagan, and proud. Whether the designers intended the all-seeing eye or not, the effect is still the same. It looks hellish, built with fear and worship attention centered on the demon. The modern world doesn't merely tolerate darkness, it packages it, stylizes it, sells it as culture, then tells you you're negative or conspiratorial. If you notice the tone, but Bible believers aren't called to applaud and cheer these kinds of production. We are called to reprove it. Reprove things like the wicked NFL Super Bowl and their sodomite halftime show. This is not the first time that the Olympics have received backlash from its satanic themes. If we will just review, 2 years ago and the year after 2025, they consistently received criticism and backlash because of their strange, hellish theme. This is the reason why. Olympics accused of mocking Christianity with drag queen parody of the Last Supper. 2024 Paris Olympics kick off last Friday with the procession of athletes, the lighting of the Olympic torch as usual, and an apparent replication of the Last Supper performed by drag queens. Organizers were strongly accused of ridiculing Jesus Christ and Christianity at large by featuring more than a dozen drag entertainers posing for a scene reminiscent of the painting showing Jesus and his disciples. Netizens furious over Paris Olympics opening ceremony, they said it was disrespectful, garbage. I'm truly speechless. So disrespectful towards many athletes from other nations at the hashtag Olympic Games. The night before his crucifixion, the French Jesus isn't a male, according to this parody. Of course, let's turn Jesus into an obese woman, according to the article, with the halo hovering over her head. The disciples can't be men either, according to the parody. Netizens are angered by or upset by this depiction of Jesus and his disciples. It's a pale copy of the original setting where the crowds, the Pharisees and soldiers mock Jesus every step to and on the cross. Dear friends, what does this have to do with sports? Absolutely nothing. There is nothing athletic about this, but just blatant mocking of Jesus Christ and his ministry. The highlight of the ceremony then arrived in the form of a 10-meter high bull, which took 5 months to build, being pulled by female chain workers. Anyone who has a knowledge of the history of the Bible will see that this concept is reminiscent of the Baal worship in the Old Testament, where the people of God made a golden calf to worship. The rituals in this ceremony has a striking resemblance. It is very uncanny on Exodus 32 verse 1. When the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, he took what they handed him and made it into an idol cast in the shape of a calf. A third angel followed them and said in a loud voice, "If anyone worships the beast and its image and receive its mark on their forehead or on their hand, they too will drink the wine of God's fury." In this ritual, they are encircled with a supposed star in their hand. What is the message behind this scene? Here we see the power of the fallen star, being able to tame the beast with terrible exactness and parallelism to Revelation 13. Satan is the power behind the Antichrist beast. In this ritual, you find a beast being worshipped and a fallen star representing Satan or Lucifer. A woman that seems to be controlling the beast. This image is depicted in Revelation 17 verse 3. There I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names and had 7 heads and 10 horns, and the woman was dressed in purple and scarlet. An aerial view of the event shows the beast bull worship. On the left and in the right, you have a tower, the Tower of Birmingham or the Tower of Babel, as the announcer introduces it.
That's him at the top of the tower. Birmingham's Tower of Babel, or Tower of Birmingham if you like. Birmingham's Tower of Babel, or Tower of Birmingham if you like.
And in the top of the tower, the one-eye occult symbolism. At the time of Noah, God sends the flood to eradicate the people. If God had not wiped out the iniquitous pre-flood race, the whole humanity would have degenerated to the point where there will be no holy line through which to introduce the Messiah into the world. God sends a rainbow as a covenant of His love, that the world will never be destroyed by a flood. God said, "Fill the earth and scatter." But the descendants of Ham, well aware of God's covenant, through Nimrod, the chief engineer of the Tower of Babel, thinks, "Let us build a tower that will reach unto the heavens, just in case." The Tower of Babel is an evil symbol of men's selfish enterprise, by own human strength, thinking they can secure their salvation, climbing their way to heaven. On national TV, they are glorifying Babylon through this symbolism. And I believe that they have handpicked some entertainers to send the message, like Tommy Iommi, a guitarist from a group called Black Sabbath, a band name formed out of a mockery of God's holy day, the seventh-day Sabbath. You can read that in Genesis chapter 2, verse 2 to 3. Thousands of families and young people attended this ceremony, hearing Duran Duran Save a Prayer, which is a song about forbidden sexual relation outside of marriage, which is called One Night Stand. But the song addresses it as paradise. Revelation 2 verse 7, "To the one who is victorious, I will give the right to eat from the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God." In the book of Revelation, the paradise is where the tree of life is found. We are living in the time of the fulfillment of the book of Revelation, as Satan will redouble his efforts to deceive the world and condition the minds of the multitude to fascinate and to intimidate. Dearest friends, this is the reason why the first angel's message is called Fear God. Because the devil will install fear in the final days. So he would be worshipped directly or indirectly. These kinds of gathering is an entering wedge for people to worship the devil. Sun worship at end times will be spearheaded by the leaders of the world, as prophesied in Revelation 13. But never fear, God is in control. But God's end time people will expose darkness and exalt light. They are called by Peter and the apostles light bearers. Would you like to be a light bearer of God? Would you like to be on the Lord's side? If yes, kindly type on the comment section, "I only exalt Jesus." Dear friends, thank you for supporting TIBP Live, and may we continue to preach truth found in Bible prophecy.